Hey guys, well, like I just want to go around with when I see people who are brothers and who are good people to me. You know, I just want to start calling them mother flipping piece of the greatness. Although I've not had a good past 48 hours, although positivity in it is going to be what I'm telling you in this video, so it's going to be worth watching all the way through, especially if you are a pressured person who is smoking right now. Well, I don't smoke. For one of these methods, especially the secret I might have figured out, that I believe I've figured out because I absolutely needed to have figured that out today, tonight. You're gonna want to stick around for that, and this video is going to be titled with that true secret, and also what happened to my Instagram, which I'll be going through that in this video as well, as long as this video does not take like 20 minutes to film. Also, guess what music is in the background, because it's not John Wick this time. It's I'm not sure how popular the game is, although you probably won't guess it. You probably won't guess it. In fact, let me just turn the volume up on my computer in the background. Like I have FNAF on there, and then this game playing in the background. With I'll give you a hint there. Schoolgirl. So I'm not. I don't think that I was that bothered by losing Instagram. Oh, I must have gotten like almost immediate karma for. I didn't know that my Instagram post for saying boo virtual reality was going to get like 1,200 plays and actually be significant at all, and I must have just made a person just say nope, I'm not going on virtual reality, and so I might have just had the karma for getting yeeted off of Instagram because of that. I am scared of negative karma. I am scared of negative karma. I'm really scared of it. Which is also why I emphasize positive karma upload so much, because to me it's basically the foundation for one of the reasons why I just do what I would do is not only do I just want to get out of the bad stuff. It's like premature positivity that came out of my life, I think has came from a lot of positive karma overload, and hence if you guys want, along with just being mother flipping piece of the greatness, because a lot of you actually are genuinely, and being the mother flipping Buddhas that you are, although I'm probably the only person who's flipped a mother here, once or twice. I think I've flipped what 2-3 mothers literally. Looking forward to the future when I will flip a lot more. I will. I want to flip a lot of mothers in the future. I'd also just enjoy giving this group of people the name of just positivity overloaders. Like, don't care what you chuck into my hand in the catcher face. Don't care what you chuck into my attention. We're just gonna fucking overload it with a fuck ton of positivity. The tree thing first, and because it's less important to me, I'll dedicate it to like the second half of the video. This video being 4 minutes long, that's good. Well, that's good. So, expansion on the relief placebo, which basically nulled almost all of the pain out of what could have been an absolutely torturous hospital visit. That would be completely unnecessary, because, well, I doubt the primary school did not have a first aider who was capable of popping an arm back into place, although, no, if they touch him and they get it wrong, they get sued. I want to get my friend Matt's emergency phone number in case something like in case that or something just happens again, and he could just come over and go because it was a completely unnecessary waste of time and a small amount of pain just because I know that's all a complete waste amount of time. Not attention just for someone to raise my arm and then twist it on the painkillers, which I'm not sure if my body could have just tanked it with how much painkillers it was producing anyway because of the relief placebo. Anyway, so my pocket I've got. In the beginning, you probably just don't have to involve energy well whatsoever. Although I've got my golden ruthlinated quartz right here, which if my golden ruthlinated quartz was taken away, I do have other clearance crystals. I have basically the dreamland of crystals available through my third eye anyway. Although there are a lot of benefits having them physically. Like I'd probably attract them into my life anyway. So someone once stole my smoky quartz though, on the beach. Couldn't find it, but the thing afterwards, sometimes people can just steal things like in 2 minutes, because I remember exactly what I was doing. Like only 1 or 2 people walked past me, and well, that smoky quartz is lost now. I have another smaller smoky quartz though. So if you want to get esoteric with this, get a clearance crystal. One of the foundational layers of logic in this is that the main organs responsible for your relief placebo working in the first place, your large intestine, your lungs and your kidneys, which are very easily accessible. This is probably going to work best for wood types, water types. We'll just keep the focus on wood types just to simplify things. Which means that if Knuckles' confidence power pose, Knuckles the Hedgehog confidence power pose. So go ahead to the Sonic the Hedgehog advertisement material. Look at Knuckles the Hedgehog, copy the way he's standing, and try to put a small amount of effort into triggering feeling of confidence, and see if it works for you. If it works for you, then great. You can probably apply what I'm telling you in this video and have it work for you. I've had to relieve a lot of pressure with this quite effectively today, and well, thank God's prodded me here and there just to do 1 or 2 things which has undoubtedly added in more benefit, i.e. like whereas initially, so if you don't really know what the relief placebo is, it's basically where you combine basic reflexology, the basic self-reflexology, and of course you could combine it. You could use it on another person equally as well. You use basic self-reflexology, at least on the palm of your hand in the beginning, with basic press releases. You literally just press release on, preferably you know what you're doing, although initially just press release vertical columns around your hand, and on each press release you try to trigger at first an exaggerated sigh of relief, and then of course with it being quite an easy skill to gain in my opinion, you can then just make the sigh of relief smaller and smaller, and this video is now 9 minutes long. That was the basic principle that I started off with, and I honestly believe I got lucky with. I believe I found this out of the positive karma of like I think that in spiritual terms I increased in my level of love, i.e. I did reflexology on my mum, and well that would have been one of the biggest fears that I had, and well I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I looked into reflexology and found Sam Bellier's videos on YouTube. Sam B-E-L-Y-E-A. Looked into his video on self-reflexology for your hand and just put the placebo effect in it. And while it's probably it saved me from a lot of shit over the past 3 weeks. We'll say it like that. Even it saved me from a miraculous amount of shit. And well, a woman called me a genius the other day for figuring it out, at least for figuring this out, and also for figuring out that you can just shred through negative auras of draining people with a black tourmaline and a 128C tuning fork, which I'm not going to be expanding on in this video. So, this tripod is currently resting on a book on reflexology by Inge Dugans and someone else. You could probably just get the damn book on archive.org for free. The book costs, I think it's under £10 to order on Amazon. Anyway, I've only the part that I typed up last night just so that I could comprehend it on the surface level and have it, and then my system process it on the surface level, is the part on the 5 elements, which is what I've just begun talking about. And of course I'm completely against sensationalizing any of this stuff. This video is 11 minutes long, and thankfully YouTube doesn't have a mother hell of a guess at all upload limit. It doesn't have an upload limit for how long your videos can be, so I can just go on until this phone's storage limit goes out. Like, don't you think this video is relatively just really high quality for this is not a modern phone. This is not a modern phone. This is yeah, the speakers should still be working very well. Like that, no external microphone attached. This is a pure what I'm not sure if it's an iPhone 8, although I just don't know. It's an old phone. We'll leave it at that. It doesn't fit into this tripod grip, and it's balancing right now. It's balancing right now. So initially when I was, or should I just go ahead and get and give you the method, because this would be really valuable, especially if you do gain a lot of motion freedom and relief via doing qigong with the tree. And initially when I was doing tree qigong, I was basically just doing what I felt like doing, and while that's not very productive when you want to be pragmatic and useful, so that this is probably the first like working pragmatic method that I've came up with that's probably going to save me from a lot of pain in the future, and has saved me from a lot of mental pain tonight. And well, although it may or may not be that you might have to build up the muscle in order to do this, either that or you can basically go as far as your human capacity to feel relieved can go. And the reason why I've went this far is I'm not enough in myself to relieve the amount of pressure that I feel like I've been put under right now. And so I basically put a mother flip ton of power to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give myself permission to swear in this video, you know. Because like even with light language, I started once I got the skill of light language, which I call esoteric human language. Oh, so I swear in esoteric human language a lot. Though I think I'm just gonna swear in English in this video. So in order to put a lot of power into a thing in Qigong, you need to fucking know what you're doing, what power sources are available that perhaps are tabooed by this fucking culture, or or just the ignorant part of society that just cares about just getting drunk all the time and smoking a lot. Well, I'm not that kind of person, am I? I power shit up. So, I'm not enough most of the time without crystals and without quality crystals. My mum has given me a lot of high quality crystals. And once you figure out how to fucking use those fucking high quality crystals, they prove out to be really useful. And so if you're in the privileged part of the middle class right now, you have a lot more resources to maintain yourself and maintain your shit than you think you do. No one tells you that. And so, in order to do this, you'll want to take at least one shoe off. Why? Because to me it just felt like it wasn't enough to just place my hand on a tree. You have what, 80? We'll say that you have 85% of the tree lying in its root network, where it exchanges all its nutrients, and it has a ton of biofuel stuff in it there. You want to at least have your hand on the tree in order to physically connect with the tree there and have its meridians, and have your meridians, your energy lines, go alongside the energy lines of the tree. This will form kind of a circuit. So, if you don't have a crystal, what I was doing, like I had to move when someone just opened the door behind me, so some indifferent workers just opened the door behind me while I was doing it, and well, I didn't feel comfortable with the idea of a person just sitting there watching me do what I'm going to tell you in this video. You probably don't have to have a lot of energy work experience in order to do this either, because again it just relies on that principle of sending as much relief through your system by you feeling good for no reason, feeling relief for no reason as you can, and the energy of that emotion of relief just circulating through your system. So basically the tree recycling whatever baggage you have, because trees are designed to do that. And there just aren't that many videos on YouTube telling you that, except from there's a TED talk on how a woman used trees to cure a form of cancer by herself, and she has a TED talk about it. It's just trees aren't that. There aren't very many YouTube videos on the esoterics on trees. Very few. To me, this Qigong movement can be called Knuckles relieves himself. Knuckles takes a sigh of relief. We'll call it that. Knuckles takes a sigh of relief. So the confident person in you is designed to take a sigh of relief in this way. If you apply this without a tree, then then it will help just to use a crystal, like indoors somewhere. Though it's going to be more powerful with a tree just for its recycling properties. The crystal is going to just what's the right word for it? Capture, tank your baggage here. The crystals to make things easier on you, so that more odds are on your side. And I'll end this video at 20 minutes long, solely so that I can upload this to YouTube and then continue for a next video. So you've got the entry points to your large intestinal meridian are right beside your nose, right there. Basic lookup. Basic lookup. Though I wasn't using it. What I started experimenting with before I went out was basically the placebo right in here, and just using that. And after a few minutes, that felt quite pleasurable. So I wanted more power with it. Went outside, and once you get the motions turning with this, say after 5 minutes or less, you do go like. And that's the reason why I didn't want a person watching me, is because if you have a lot of if you want a lot of relief of pressure and just shit, then you're probably gonna move in a motion like that. You're probably just gonna move into a motion like that. Have the clearance crystal. Again, preferably go barefoot so that your baggage can literally just go straight into the soil, go straight into the ground, so that the ground and the tree absorbs it. Because I think trees enjoy this because it's just an aspect of nature's recycling mechanism, and I think it's very known in the qigong grounding world that your baggage shoots down through the kidney meridians of your down through your heels, and so if you're actually disposing of baggage, then your heels should lift up. Your kidney meridians are on the outside of your feet, and it does matter how the crystal is pointed. Put it on the outside, just pointing towards your pinky toe. Put it on the direct outside of your pinky toe, unless perhaps you want to get into cleaning out past memories. Although you're working with your hand behind your back if you deal with past memories, so just work with the pressure that you have in the current time. I think I'm just going to talk until this. I'm not going to talk until this goes out. So what you want to do? Place the crystal there. Place your hand on your nose, and place your other hand on a tree. You'll feel how to customize it, and just keep going. Until you build up enough emotional momentum, and depending on how powerful the tree is, depending on how quality the tree is, like, assuming the tree doesn't hate where it is, the trees I'm using, I think would absolutely love the place that they're in. You should feel relief from that. And the current tree that's the tree that I last used for this, because after the guys opened the door, I just got my shoes back on and just went to another tree where I wouldn't get my legs bitten to flip with the insects in the ground just going to harvest on me. The tree that I went to, I believe is a very blessed tree, especially because I recharge my crystals with it, and the very golden person around here it has placed a lot of hope in me recharging my crystals next to that tree. So, next video, going through what's happened with Instagram. As well as the other thing that I figured out for incense.